Welcome, everybody, to the RuPaul Drag Race Recap Show. I am joined, as always, with my co-host, Daniel Brewer, and also with my co-host, Ms. Donna Suggarz. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Well, hello there, Joe Betance. How are you this fine morning, evening?
I am doing just well. For everyone listening, we just did about 15 minutes talking about gay porn gossip, which I think was probably going to be more compelling than anything we talk about on this show today. But we
all love ourselves some dick.
It's not true. I was outside. I was comforting last week's evictee, Miss Tempest, Tempest Teapot. What was the fuck was her name? She's the first person voted off, and I've already forgotten her name.
Tempest du jour.
Whatever, Tempest of the Day. Yes, I was having my Tempest of the Day.
Yes, you were. And so this is the episode 2 recap show. So as we get into, sorry, someone's texting me and it's really, really distracting me. So what happens is the girls walk into the workroom and what is the name of that Puerto Rican queen that she sang against, Donna? I feel you would know her name. Candy, sorry. Candy has to wipe off the quote, which the quote reads, "You're never too old to dream."
Aww.
She was, I know, they were very, very sad. And of course, Candy had to say her obligatory mean thing about Tempest du jour. And then we go into immediately the girls recapping what just happened on the episode. And then Violet Chachki, and I'm sure we're going to get right into this, comes down on Michelle Visage and feels Michelle Visage is full of hate. Daniel Brewer, what do you think? Do you think Michelle Visage is full of hate towards Violet Chachki?
I think no. I think Michelle, if she is filled with hate towards Miss Chachki, I think it is deserved. However, no, I don't think that Michelle was particularly hard on her any more so than she was on anyone else. In fact, I would say that probably she came down harder on Candy Ho than she did on anyone else with that painted on beard.
Yeah, no, there was definitely some harder reads from Michelle than what she gave to Violet, but I think Violet just wanted to. I think when you put them in this position, it's like, well, how do you think it went? There are people who just like create this manufactured drama to like get more airtime.
Yeah, one of the things I didn't know, and I don't know if you guys heard this or not, there was a full kind of like not a director's commentary because it was Alaska and Bianca, but they did a full commentary over the first episode, so that it was available on newnextnow.com last week. So it was basically, here's the entire episode of RuPaul Drag Race playing in the background while Alaska and Bianca talk about it. And one of the things that they talked about was the fact that Michelle is always harsh on everyone, that she will keep it real. She will always start out by complimenting something and then immediately going in and like hitting something. She's like, she does not hold back. She's like, Ru is very diplomatic and, the other ones are, hit or miss, but Michelle will always, catch you on whatever it is you think you're going to go.
Simon.
Yeah, you will, she's going to call you out on whatever. So it's like for Miss Chachki to think that she is, harder on her than the rest is bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Well, also, I think Violet is just not used to people. I mean, she's a pretty queen. She's young. And I think she's just used to people just always flattering her. And she probably just thought she would waltz in.
Right.
But I mean, the bitch already won. She won.
Who just waltzed in and thought she was going to be pretty. I mean, right after that comment, you've got Miss Fame sitting there going, well, do you think you should have won? And she just kind of made that little face and was like trying to like be diplomatic about it. But no, that bitch thought she should have won.
But she did.
The face.
Right. Didn't Chachki win?
Violet Chachki won, and she's still bitching.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway,
she was still bitching, but it's like, honestly, Miss Fame really thought like that she was better. It was just funny. What do you guys think of the mini challenge?
So the mini challenge this week was stupid.
The pit crew.
So it was
what
basically,
happens is,
it's basically the pit crew coming in with leaf blowers, and then you pose for photos in front of them, and then they take slow motion photos. I didn't get what the point of it was, really.
Well, here's the thing. And what was the point of Moby being there? For those of you who haven't watched the episode yet,
oh my God, was that Moby?
Yes, it was.
Like shit.
Moby walks in with a pair of goggles over his glasses, and then stands in front of a leaf blower, and then leaves. There was no point to the whole thing. I don't know why he was there. Does he have a contract?
He wasn't there later for the show. They didn't plug anything he was doing. He didn't say, I'm a fan of the show. It was just
does Moby still do stuff? I don't. It's just like, was he there because like 2000 called and wanted to talk to him or something?
Maybe he thought Eminem would be there and they could get in a fight. again?
See,
I don't know.
obviously, it's obviously maybe a little young for me because I'm not a huge Moby person. But did he do something with a leaf blower that we should be aware of?
I do not.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Hold
know
on.
anything about Moby.
Let's ask Google.
Let's
Here,
Google
I'll just
that.
type-
Yes,
I'm
you
going to
go
type
ahead.
Google and leaf blower and see what happens.
You go ahead and do that. So I think,
Moby.
but this whole challenge, I think, really favored the bigger queens, right? Because they have more skin and stuff to jiggle around with the stuff, because that seemed to be who won, right? Who won was
By
that
the way.
the Oompa Loompa lady won, and who was the other
but
one?
Trixie Mattel.
Yeah, well, she's got big cheeks.
No, here's the thing. I want to point something out. I don't know if you guys saw this, but did you see Miss Fame's teeth during the leaf blowing competition? They put the GIF up on logotv.com, so maybe you guys can pull that up if you want to. But look, everyone's teeth, their teeth are normal, but Miss Fame has like some serious drama, bad, stereotypical British teeth thing going on. Well, you guys looked it up. I wanted to bring up something
But
earlier
someone
too.
had like meth teeth, which was painted on. I mean,
really? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Check it out.
those aren't real. But where do I find this?
I
At
don't know.
Logo TV?
Logotv.com, the GIF is there. Now, I want to go back to a couple of things while you guys do that. Is earlier when they walked during the workroom part, Sasha Bell told Pearl that Pearl is one of her biggest competitors. I was like, what, bitch? I was like, everyone is your biggest competitor. Every person on that show. Moby is a bigger competitor to Sasha Bell. That like everybody is a competitor to Sasha Bell. She's so weak, right? And the other thing we need to talk
She said
about.
it on the runway. She said it on the runway the previous day, the previous episode.
Yeah, in the confessional, she says, I didn't want to tell Pearl, but I see her as one of my biggest competitors. It was a strategy she was using.
Yeah, she was doing
saying,
it to create drama so that she had more TV time. That's the only reason she even brought it up to Pearl.
Yeah.
This is typical TV. I mean, this bitch has watched the show, and she's playing that. I mean, she's playing the game.
Now, in fairness, maybe Pearl just had some really bad wigs and she thought she was on the same wavelength or something.
Maybe it was. The other thing we need to talk about, again, right before the mini challenge, do we need to get into how Miss Fame and Trixie Mattel were cuddling up to each other right before the mini challenge? They were all over each other.
I will pay money for that porn. That was Trixie Mattel and Miss Fame all snuggling up to each other. Like, yes, honey, I will watch that. I will pay $5 for that. I will be happy. You may charge my credit card $19.95 a month for me to watch that.
Oh,
Yes.
For some reason, Miss Fame doesn't do it for me, but Trixie Mattel, who looks like a young Bryan Singer, does kind of do it for me. I'm not going to lie.
So you would only pay $10.99. You could just block out the other one. Just block out Miss Fame.
Oh my God. I realize as you say it, young Bryan Singer is the perfect description of him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. As soon as you said it, I'm like, oh, bitch.
But Trixie Mattel is young Bryan Singer.
Perfect.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Love Trixie Mattel. Still love Trixie Mattel.
No, wait, Bryan Singer was a good-looking guy. You can't
He
take that
still
away from him.
All right,
Yeah, he
fine.
still is.
So the mini challenge I thought was stupid, but our winners were the Oompa Loompa and Trixie Mattel.
Otherwise known as Ginger Minge and Trixie Mattel.
Right.
Now,
Go ahead.
RuPaul,
Yeah.
I can never see RuPaul jump through a hoop like this. And I know she always says, well, I had to pay my dues. And she always says that at times, but I'm like, you had to pay your dues? Like, you had to do a photo shoot where someone took a fucking leaf blower and made you, when the fuck did you have to do something stupid like this? Are you out of this many ideas where you're like, oh God, you're at World of Wonder and the Mexicans are pruning the lawn outside the window and you're like, God, I can't think of any ideas. That fucking leaf blower. Oh. They've run out of shit. At this point, they're throwing a dartboard. At this point, it's like South Park and manatees are putting balls, and that's what they're deciding the challenge is.
That is an obscure South Park reference. All right, cool. Yes, the Simpsons. Who writes Family Guy? This is the manatees with the balls, right? The mini challenges are anyway. So then what basically had to happen, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Betance, is they had to split up into two teams. So you think this is going to be a team challenge?
Ginger Minge is captain of one team, and Trixie Mattel is captain of the other team. And what they proposed was they're going to do some sort of lip sync, but it was a different kind of lip sync. What was it called again? It was like
it was for Glamazonian Airways.
But it was a combination lip sync spoken word challenge. Which is
spoken word lip sync.
And I heard someone today mention that it was really kind of an homage to Lip Synca, which does that often in her act, where she will have a mashup of things where she does speaking parts from movies as well as then go into a song and whatnot. But it was done that as a group.
She's genius at that.
She is,
yeah.
And these people were not. But they did this as a group, but it was not a group challenge because it turns out they were actually judged individually, but that's not important. So they got into their two groups. So go ahead, Joe Betance.
Yeah, so they go in their two groups, and then Trixie and Ginger choose. Now, I was watching the show with my cousin Richard and my other cousin Natalie, and I kind of tapped Richard's knee when this was going on, and I said, notice that Trixie's only picking the white bitches. Like I could tell right away. I'm like, oh wow, Ginger's picking people of color, and Trixie was only picking the white bitches. And I was like, what is going on with that? Right?
Yeah, I have it right here. Ginger selected Sasha, Jasmine, Kasha, Kaden, and Kennedy, and was stuck with Candy. And Trixie selected Pearl, Miss Fame, Katya, Max, and Violet.
Which we later learn in Untucked that Trixie tried to say that, oh, that's because Ginger kept stealing the girls of color before she could choose them. And you're like, no, you got other choices.
Well, I think what she wanted the one. She wanted Kennedy because she didn't want the big. What was her name? Who's the one with the studded hat that's always talking?
The Dior.
Fierce Dior. I wouldn't pick her either, and I certainly wouldn't pick that linebacker in a dress, whatever her name is, Jasmine something.
But Ginger picked her before. I mean, they left Violet Beauregard or whatever her name is, and
oh really?
And the one with the beard, they left them for the final two.
Well, yeah, no, but nobody wants to pick the one with the beard because Michelle would be all up in her shit. It's like, this is literally right after that other challenge. It's like, oh, wait, so I'm supposed to believe that you went home to your hotel room last night and learned how to contour overnight? It's like, no, if I have you on my team, you're immediately a strike against me because you're the one that painted on that 5 o'clock shadow. So it's like, of course I wouldn't want her
right now, Violet being one of the last two to get picked, you know she was pissed.
Oh, she was fucking plotting deaths. She was even when she got chosen.
That's probably the first time that's ever happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you see her eyes? Did you see her roll her eyes when she did get picked? Like, because when she was next to last, so at least she wasn't the last one getting picked, and she was like trying to cop an attitude, like I'm better than that one bitch over there. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, here's the thing: is that because she made a face even when Trixie picked her. She was like she did that like gross like dumb white girl face where she's like like she got picked. Which leads to my next point. So now they break up into their teams. They go into the workroom. They're working shit out, and Violet and Trixie get into it right away. Like Trixie, remember Trixie's like not giving like I can dance sort of and like doing these weird ass lines. And so one of the things I want to get to, and this is my whole reality TV show theory, is to me Violet is being clearly set up as the villain so early that one, I think she's going to be around for a while, and two, I'm telling you, episode 6, episode 7 is going to be some sort of breakthrough, like on Untucked, where like her mom calls in and she breaks down in tears, and then all of a sudden she's like a good person because
I just want a sandwich.
yeah, and then all the girls support her, and then she's nice.
I'm just so hungry.
I'm hungry and I need me a sandwich.
I'm tired of purging every time I binge.
I have the tiniest weights in Drag Race history. Anyway,
because don't you think it's
wait? Is she the one that's doing it? You've seen the commercials. Who's coming out in the Extreme Censure?
Probably
who's
her.
doing it?
It might be her.
Yeah, I thought it was Milk.
Maybe I don't know. Move along.
So anyway, so there's something going on with it. I think she's just so obviously the villain right now that there has to be some sort of change, because where else are you going to take this? Okay, so now we go to the Team Ginger, right? We see that I actually think she's no, this is where I'm going to I know you guys hate Ginger Minge. I don't we see her that she's actually a pretty good team leader.
Here's the thing. In the main show,
yeah,
and I told you this, in the main show, I'm fine with Ginger. It's like, in the main show, she's not that bad. It was in that second episode of Untucked where she
we'll get to.
Right, which she really showed her true show. So when I texted you that message and said, I fucking hate Ginger Minge, it was after that Untucked episode. It was not after them. Main show-wise, I think, they're editing her well.
Yeah, because even the worst edit they can do, because they were trying to build up the drama there, it was fucking that Sasha Bell was the only one who had to like, oh, she didn't pick me for this, and I wanted to be that. And you're like, well, because you're horrible. You're a crazy person.
I had a
That's
wig.
why.
I had a wig just for that I haven't combed.
Yeah, and they gave it to Mrs. Kasha Davis, who was great, right? So then Rue comes into the workroom. She goes to visit Team Trixie. Here's what's really funny. And I don't know if you guys caught this, and I don't know if you could cue this up, Dan. I don't even know what minute point it's at. But when Rue goes to Team Trixie, in the background, Team Ginge is doing the funniest sync dance behind her with their head. It looks so bizarre because almost like a photo bomb because they're in the back and they're like banging their heads in sync with their hands. It was very, very funny. Richard and Natalie pointed out.
But even if I could cue this up, this is not a video podcast, so no one would be able to see it.
It's not?
No.
Why did I get all dressed up? Okay.
Dressed up by putting on a t-shirt.
Girl, that is dressed up for me. It's from my Chaz Bono collection that I have going. Okay, so now we go into the rehearsal with Jamal Sims. Now, here's the thing. Rue announces that they're rehearsing with Jamal Sims. Can somebody enlighten me? Who the fuck is Jamal Sims?
He's that
He's
guy.
a choreographer.
He's that guy that was there.
He's just a choreographer, and it's one of those things that, like, when she announces who it is, you know, right before they film it, they say, when we say the name of the person that you're doing it, please be excited.
Now, Donna, hold on. This is a moment. This is a teaching moment. Donna Suggarz, potential contestant for season 8.
Yeah.
I'm now going to tell you, when you go into this challenge, the person that is going to be judging you is Fiona Felkler.
Okay, let me do it.
Fiona Felkler, legendary actress Fiona Felkler.
Okay.
Please,
oh my God!
Please, now here we now Donna, here we go. I'm gonna film your reaction. So we need your cutaway in your diary room now. So this is the Fiona Felkler. You're about to meet her. Go.
Oh my God, girl! I love this bitch. Ooh.
Okay, here we go. Let me try this. Okay.
Okay.
You're going to be going into rehearsal. Daniel, you do it too. Like you're one of the girls. Ready? Okay. Guys, you're going to be going to rehearsal right now with our extra special guest judge from Different Strokes, Conrad Bain.
Oh my God, Mr. Drummond.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm the only one old enough to know who the fuck that is.
It is. Oh, they'll do like some random ass person like that. They'll be like Dick Van Patten,
Whatever.
and they're like, oh, Dick Van Patten. Oh my
Girl,
God.
by season 8 is going to be we exhumed the body of Dana Plato, and she's here to like judge this particular. It'll be amazing. All right, so there we go. By the way, Donna, that was not good enough. As your coach, as your RuPaul Drag Race coach, well, you need to. Here's the 2 sins that you committed. Number 1, you need to repeat her name. Fiona Felkler. You can be like, oh my God, Fiona Felkler. She is legendary. You know, it's like you just have to always repeat their name because they're going to use your voice as the voiceover.
Tip.
Right.
Repeat
Remember, Drag Race tip, when they ask you the diary room questions, when you mention actual elements from the show, you will be used in the show as a narrative because they don't use the producer's voice, right? So it's like for you to sit there and say, oh my God, Fiona Felkler is my hero and I love her, then you're going to be the one that's going to
Yeah, that's my favorite part too. Yeah, when they'll be that.
Just as long as they don't ask a follow-up question like, do you know what she's from?
Oh, I feel they tell them. I feel like when they
sure
go like, oh my God, I loved Mr. Drummond on Different Strokes.
Because who the fuck knows who this choreographer dude was? Seriously.
Yeah, they acted like...
But you see how last season and the season before, they kind of read some of the stupid girls where it was like, when the one girl said Black Horse, and like they have like the fucking, you know, some production assistant saying in the background, you mean Dark Horse?
Girl, that is just not on my alley. All right, move on. What's next?
Oh God.
Okay, so the first team to rehearse with Jamal Sims is Team Trixie, and once again we have Violet Chachki with her fucking attitude, just being all up like she doesn't like. I can't do this and I can't do that, and then I will say
really
this.
That was your takeaway from that because to me it was the whole Miss Fame. I can't move my hips was the.
We'll get to that. We'll get up to that. But the reason I get into this is. My favorite part was during the confessional when Pearl reads Violet and she flutters her eyes for like 5 seconds. Oh my God. I was like in love. I was like, I need to marry Pearl. I love Pearl.
But I can't imagine Pearl Violet Chachki.
Well, that was her, but just by fluttering her eyes, that's what she did. She was just like Violet Chachki, eye flutter, and that was it.
Because
and
she
eye
fluttered because she was so fucking
She's going through
hopped
withdrawal.
Up on drugs, she couldn't talk.
She's going through withdrawal. She's got the DT. She's doing. This is seriously. Pearl is the one who's like big walk into the room introduction on episode 1 was sup.
Was that Ginger's thing?
No, that was her. Wasn't that Pearl came in.
That
and
was
like
Pearl.
Sup. Yes, with her
I
little
don't care.
robot
She's
chin
hot.
that she had. All right, go
She's
ahead.
hot.
Go ahead.
She's
Move
hot.
along.
But let's get on to Miss Fame. Cannot shake her ass for anything. I cannot dance, and I could shake my ass better than Miss Fame.
And
Well,
also,
okay.
in Jamal Jamakla or whatever his name was sitting there going like
Jamal Sims.
a girl's hip doesn't move that way. I'm like going, nobody's hip moves that way unless you had a replacement. That's just that. I don't know what she's like. She looks like one of those old diner signs that makes the little hip move in that little sharp way, like she's some kind of.
Donna, you were going to say something.
Well, they brought up the fact that didn't Ginger the one that brought up the fact that Miss Fame is a fashion girl and she's not a performer?
Yes.
Was that and that, I mean, that calls into question, like, I mean, and of course they're trying to read her, they're trying to get some kind of drama with her, but she's like, I'm here, I look pretty, she's not a dancer, she's not a performer, I don't think she goes to nightclubs and gets up on stage and lip syncs.
No, she doesn't. And a matter of fact, what's her name, linebacker in a dress, was trying to read her on that. But I would submit to you that they're very, that drag is a very diverse community, right? You don't just have to be the person that MCs the show to be a drag queen. But I think Miss Fame's whole thing is that she's been paid to show up at nightclubs and look glamorous, which to me just sounds like, girl, you just had some kind of,
So
sugar
let's
daddy.
jump to that. What Donna's talking about happens in the workroom later on when Ginger throws shade at Miss Fame and says, "I know you're not a performer,"
Right.
and then Team Ginger starts picking on her. It seemed really, really weird. Like
It did, because linebacker in a dress is like, yes, you haven't been up on stage before and like entertained people like drag queens are supposed to do.
there was
I'm sorry,
a lot.
I can't do a horse. I was trying real hard.
There was a lot going on there because I felt that some of the people started getting into like weird, like making fun of you because you're black territory.
Yeah, it
But
was.
I think we're at the point, like, I talk about me going on that show. If I were to go on that show, as is right now, I would get read up and down. Oh, you've never gone to a club and gotten up on stage? It's like, no. I'm a fucking internet performer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a podcaster. I talk to people. I entertain people online. I don't, and it's like, oh, what, you haven't lip synced, you haven't gotten up on club. It's like, yeah, and
You know,
Let's just do
and
this.
here and now here's your RuPaul coaching session. So your reply to that is yes, but like people from around the world often like come up to me and have their photograph taken with me. How about you? It's just like,
yeah.
Daniel, for the next
I mean,
episode,
Yes.
People listen to me in 127 different countries.
That's right.
How many-
I speak
how many
15 different languages, bitch. Anyway, well, I'm sorry. What?
Daniel,
I'm
for the next.
I'm an internationally renowned celebrity online. Okay, what are you? A local girl who sings at your local bar?
Daniel, for
Yes.
the next show, you need to get those like weird sound effects that they use, like the if they're like weird percussion instruments that they play during dramatic moments, and we need to just play them. We'll
Okay.
reenact them.
I will
Now,
try it.
I
Oh my
did
god,
wanna-
us reenacting scenes from the shows.
Oh,
Oh my god, yes.
Dramatic readings.
What about our favorite Jaden Dior Fierce? And remember during her rehearsal with Jamal Sims, she's like, there was something wrong with her foot or something like that, or her knee?
I don't like to make excuses because I'm not one of
I'm a
those
fat
people
bitch
that
in
I'm not
heels.
one of those people that does that, and I hate it when people do that. However, I have had extensive surgery on both of my knees and
Yeah.
my back fat, and it has caused me not to be able to move in a fluid method.
So back in the workroom, I wanted to call out a moment that seems so producer engineered, but was when Violet, Trixie, and Miss Fame start swapping pics all of a sudden. Like they're trying to get ready for this show, and like this is a good time now.
Show me
Like,
your husband.
yeah. And then
I don't give a fuck. I don't care about your husband.
and then they never even showed the pic of the husband. And
Yeah,
then
they
it was
did.
like,
oh yeah, they did. He's
did.
adorable.
He's
Yeah,
adorable.
Oh, was he?
You
I
saw the
didn't
picture of
see
his
it.
husband. Okay, that's every fucking show though. Like even like okay, one of my other favorite shows. I love Face Off. You guys, I don't know if you guys watch it. It's all about makeup. I love Face Off.
I do. I like that one too.
They have it on there too, where it's these manufactured moments where it's like, oh, well, I need the money because my son's sick. It's like that kind of shit that every show does. It's exhausting.
It is.
I
Oh,
don't
by the
care
way,
about
by
your
the way,
family.
by the way, I
prefer
just
that you have
want to show you this real quick. This is the picture of my mom that I have here. She's
that you're going to really show the picture of your mom.
I'm trying to get this stupid song.
Oh,
to play.
wait, Daniel. Oh, Daniel, what's the story with your mom? She's beautiful.
She's sick and she needs a new kidney, and I'm here on
honey.
RuPaul's Drag Race because I want to make sure that she gets a kidney.
Oh, honey, she'll be okay.
Well,
Michelle Visage sold her kidney.
$100,000 would get you a kidney and enough to fix your grill.
Too bad
Girl.
MAC Cosmetics pulled out.
Just go out there with your spaceship suit and carrying a fishing rod with an alien attached, and you're going to win that money for your mom.
Yes, no, I did. The producer produced moments. You can smell them a mile away. I don't know why they put them into shows anymore.
Because there's multiple camera angles.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, how? This is 2015, right? This is 2015. Everything on fucking television is a reality show. We are all hip to these little tricks. Why are
But
they
here's
still
the thing.
trying to
I think this is a new thing because
World of Wonder.
they've taken it out of Untucked now, because Untucked doesn't do that anymore. You can tell,
Right.
So they used to save those moments for Untucked, for the gold room, whatever.
You see, the whole point is Untucked was supposed to be raw and gritty, and it got so fucking hokey.
Yeah.
And after last season's like, you took away my moment, and this is my moment to cry. It's like, really? Like, you just went on television and just pretty much laid out reality television.
Well, let's talk about this right now, because I really do feel I kind of like Untucked now. I think it's good the way they're doing it.
I got to make a confession to you guys. I never watched Untucked until this year when it was on YouTube. So I have I have nothing to compare it to. I have no.
I was deep into Untucked.
Me too.
I was all about it. I read in between the lines.
Me too.
I loved it. Like when you got to season 3 when you had people getting fucking hammer drunk. What was the season with Manila?
I don't know.
Was it? I think the season.
Oh, that was season 4.
That the season with Manila Luzon and all them, they used to get fucking
Yeah.
hammered, and you're just like, oh, that bitch is drunk. Oh, she's feeling herself over there, girl. Ooh, and it got so good.
Yeah.
And then it just got real deep.
Real campy too.
It got real campy. It was bad performance art.
Manila Luzon was best known as the runner-up of the third season of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Third season.
so
Sorry.
Season 3, which is funny because the rumors are that it is because of that season that you only get one drink per room.
Oh, look
Because
at
they used to give them
Donna.
a limited supply of alcohol, but because she got hammered drunk and had to go out there and lip sync for her life and put a foot, and I guess just was a little drunk and tipsy on stage, they said one drink per room.
Now, this is back when it was the Absolute Illusions Lounge,
Yeah.
whatever, right? When it
This
was
is-
sponsored
yeah.
by Absolute, right?
Yes, this is back when they put a little effort for it.
Interesting. So anyway, Daniel, it's a lot grittier now than it used to be, especially the past couple.
Raw.
Yeah, I really like it.
They threw some couches in some corner of the studio.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I wanted to, because you said earlier, that maybe they're losing cachet, which is why they've put Untucked on YouTube. I think it's a genius move to put it on YouTube because, quite honestly, YouTube has a much larger audience than Logo does, right? Logo TV is available on a lot of cable systems, but it's available on almost no cable systems in HD. So it's like, if you want to see RuPaul's Drag Race other than a shitty SD, you either have to pay for it on Amazon Prime or on Google, the next day, or you have to subscribe to DirecTV or somebody that has a Logo HD feed, which is not that common. Like Comcast doesn't carry it, Time Warner doesn't carry it, at least over here in the East Coast. So it's like getting a Logo HD channel is very difficult to find. So by taking this and putting it on YouTube, it gets to be in HD, which means you get to have a much better thing. You don't have to do any censoring, right? Because they can say fuck. They can say they don't have to bleep out, or they don't have to spend any kind of extra editing moments doing that stuff. And it's completely sponsored by Squarespace, which means that Squarespace is paying for the, pretty much all the production cost of that. And it shows viewership numbers which are higher than Logo's actual viewership, right? It's like,
Yeah.
When you think about this, most people nowadays is like the internet just has a broader and wider reach. There's like a lot of these really niche cable channels just don't have that many viewers.
Which you say that, and I was thinking about this since I saw episode 1, is the fact that I love going on YouTube and watching old Lip Sync for Your Lives, because there are some classic ones, but none of them are released by Logo. Frankly, World of Wonder has their channel, Rag Race has their channel, whatever these different channels are. They should, even if they're not airing the whole episode, if you want to watch the whole episode, you have to go to Logo TV, or you have to go to Logos and actually have cable and whatever. But the lip syncs, they should be putting just the lip syncs, HD, get it on YouTube. Because
that could be a rights thing and they don't want to pay for it.
Right.
It could be a rights thing, but they are not playing the whole song. They obviously don't do the whole song. But at the same time, I would rather pay the rights and watch it there, and so that they get more people watching it, than watch someone who put their phone up to the TV and recorded it, and now that's been loaded onto YouTube.
Yeah.
See, Daniel, I mildly disagree with you. I think that's what eventually happened. I kind of think World of Wonder was like, now you got to pay us X number of dollars for Untucked, and Logo was like, no. And Logo was like, okay, we'll just take it on the internet.
All right, can we at least read between the lines here and assume that Logo and Worlds of Wonder have a hostile relationship, right?
I kind of think they do.
I mean, they do. I mean, it's just there's no. I mean, you read the things that they say against. Last year when they had a problem with the she-mail stuff. And it's like RuPaul, refused to apologize or refused to be contrite about it in any way, shape, or form. She was just like...
refused?
Yeah, she was just, fuck you, whatever. Which was, just such a silly, stupid thing. It's like, honestly, the whole, Logo overreacted by pulling it out completely because in the scene, right, in the context, I'm sorry, I'm going to go there just for a moment, but in the context of which they were using she-mail, it was offensive. In the context of showing male, body parts and saying, is it a he-male or a she-male, right? That is offensive, calling, a transsexual a she-male. But in the whole, like, you've got she-male, which is just a play on the word email, which is just a rhyming thing, that is not offensive. And if you can't make that nuanced distinction between the two, whereas one, you're actually offending a group of people, and the other one, you're just playing on words, it's like, if you can't make that nuanced, determination between the two, then you're just being obtuse. But so Logo pulling back, like you're not going to use the word she-male at all, was an overreaction. But RuPaul's reaction to we're going to use she-male in whatever fucking way we want to was also an overreaction. I think we had just like two, overreactions, both
really
bashing heads.
Probably the
each
thing
other.
that put Ru and Logo on was the comment about how who's keeping the fucking lights on. Right. That tweet was probably my favorite. But what I will say when it comes to Logo is just because we've seen this with other shows. Logo is one of those, because they're owned by a larger corporation. If they're not seeing returns on investments, they're not going to continue with the effort. They cancel so many shows that were original programming that they came out with that were good and could have been more, but they didn't give them the funding they needed. They didn't give them the time to build up what they wanted to be, and then they just canceled them when they were stupid. Look at one of my favorite shows, the Big Gay Sketch Show, that was great season 1, slowly devolved into shit because they kept cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting, and were refused to go be gay and be edgy and do something crazy. They were trying to play up to a fucking hetero audience. That's Logo. Sorry.
No,
Logo's owned by Viacom, so they obviously have a parent company that's sort of like evil as it is. But let's move on. Let's move on. We've gotten into the mire of.
I could really fucking just sit there and read Logo.
No. Let me just make this
TV my left hit.
Right.
Okay?
Let me just make this one final point. When you go to YouTube and look, like a week ago when Untucked, episode 1 was posted on YouTube, so it's been up for a week and it has 250,000 views, which is actually more viewers than Logo has ever had. So it's just kind of like it's.
Oh, and final thing on the whole thing with Logo and she-mail and all that. I'm a transvestite. Look it up, bitch. Trans rights. Transvestite rights. Okay?
Okay. Because I know Donna's going to have a lot to say about this. Let's get into the main stage challenge.
Main stage! Should we have like little things?
Bum bum.
Bumpers.
Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay. So I have this question mostly for Donna, but let's
I
talk
was just
about.
waiting for it. Da, 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 da. It's like, okay, where are we going? Miss?
Let's talk
Okay.
about RuPaul's entrance. I felt she looked stunning. Donna, this is going to be your regular.
When does she ever not look stunning? I love that purple dress. I love.
Wait.
I
Did she
love
ever
her
not like
in-
last week on the nude
Yeah.
entrance when she came out
didn't-
in basically a printed leotard? It was like that was just like some kind of printed fabric leotard.
That's become a thing.
It wasn't a good look last week, but this week she made up for it.
This dress was stunning. The wig was obviously perfect. That bitch's makeup is always flawless. I mean, I've yet to ever see her come out without flawless makeup. She's a vision. But I love I love when she talks to the guest judges because it's always like she's trying to be funny and coy, and then she'll say something funny, and then the judge will just be like, "Yeah, I'm happy to be here."
Well, what is Olivia Newton-John supposed to say to that? You know, like, this joke again about Grease, you know? And
It was
she's
just
like,
Grease. Let's name all of the things. Let's name every bad song from Grease. And then Michelle even trying to rescue it by, can't we say Xanadu or something that was at least an Olivia Newton-John song instead of like only going with the Grease
I
song?
mean, come on, let's get physical.
Yeah, well, no, she didn't even go there. Okay, so let's talk about the first team came out and did their, what was the name of the airline again?
Glamazon Airways.
Glamazon Airlines. Team Trixie. So the first thing we do is we see Katya come out, who you guys love, and did that long spoken word lip sync monologue.
Hold on.
Put her
When did we?
fucking foot in it?
I don't think we love Katya. I liked Katya.
You said you wanted her to
liked.
win.
No. I said
Like-
Trixie Mattel. I wanted her to win. I liked Katya's character or whatever. But yes, she fucked that up badly.
Yes, I love Katya, but yeah, it was bad.
I've only heard it once, and I guarantee you I could lip sync it better than she did.
Yeah, it's like she didn't even know the words at all. Like it's the first time she'd ever heard it.
She was just out there peanut
she
butter,
put
peanut butter,
no
peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter,
Yeah,
peanut butter, peanut
yeah.
butter, peanut butter.
Yeah.
She put no effort forth.
Now let's talk about Pearl and Miss Fame. I thought Pearl was great, but now maybe because she got red too. But Miss Fame, she wasn't even trying. She didn't even move her ass at all.
She was phoning it in. She was really just kind of just being pretty and just kind of being real. She really was very stiff, but and she got red for being stiff, but that's what she is. Like, what do you want?
Who was the one that surfed on top of the tray? I mean, on top of the cart
Well, that was in. I didn't. Oh! I know what you're talking about. That was, I believe,
with the giant
that was Trixie.
cocktail.
That was Trixie Mattel.
Yes, I thought she was the best.
Of course.
No.
Don't even
You know what?
do
I didn't
this.
even know it was her. I just said it was because everyone
Don't
was
do
giving
this.
praise to the girl that was doing the scat, but her lip sync wasn't that
You're
dead
so
on either.
transparent. It's so obvious.
You know what? I didn't
Oh
even
my
know it
God.
was Trixie. That was it. Otherwise, why would I have asked?
Because you wanted to, like, oh, is that who it was? Oh, I didn't even know.
Whatever. I thought that she had the best lip sync of the thing.
I think we can all agree the choreography and lip syncing were all over the place for Team Trixie.
Oh hell yes, they were all over there.
But now Team Ginger, they were on point. Except for Sasha Bell, they were all really, really good.
They were on point in the same way that like the Barnum and Bailey elephants all walk in line together because
Oh my
it was
God.
very much let's all stomp out there together. Let's all turn and stomp to the left. Let's all like put our paws up on the other person's back and raise our trunks up into the air. It was very, very.
I'm just gonna say it. The first group was New York to London, first class, good airline.
Yeah.
Group number 2 was like Atlanta to Dallas, like on a Southwest flight. Like this, I mean, it was really, it was a huge difference. And when I say huge, I'm not talking about some of these fat asses.
Thank God there wasn't a group number 3. Because we would have been making
At
some
that
kind of
point,
yeah.
You have to widen the stage, reinforce it.
So, but clearly you would both agree, because it comes up in Untucked, Trixie Mattel is so shocked that people think Team Ginger won. But clearly Team Ginger was the winner.
Well, all right. In her defense, and not that I'm defending Trixie because whatever, but in her defense, Ginger even brought up we couldn't really see. We were backstage. We were kind of seeing you on the monitors, but we weren't seeing. So it's like we saw more of their performance than they saw of their opposing team's performance. So just catching them in rehearsal and out of the corner of their eye, they were shocked that they had won. But it wasn't like they were sitting there watching TV at home with the produced camera versions or whatever. At best, they were watching it on a monitor backstage that had one single camera view. Right. It's not like they were watching the actual edited cut version of what we saw.
But if you're gonna give it to the two teams, the second team's was choreography wise was more on.
It was. However, my objection to the whole thing, which has nothing to do, I don't really care which team won. My objection to the whole thing was like, if you're going to do a team challenge like that, then give them the same song and let them, I mean, because this was not comparing apples to oranges. This was like, here's one entire group of songs and lip syncing compared to another group of different songs and lip syncing.
So
And
it was apples to oranges.
that's what I'm saying. It was apples to oranges. It was like, at least let us compare apples to apples. Like, at least let us see, because every time that we see these challenges where they do like, oh, you have to like act the scene or whatever, they'll cut it differently, but they're all basically doing the same scene, right? And we'll see the same parts of the scene, and maybe we'll see some different sections, but at least judging wise, they're judging on the same script, the same scenes, right?
Now, because we're on episode 2, did you have anything to add to that, Donna, by the way?
Can I just read a bitch real quick? Because
Oh, yeah,
I
go
read her
ahead.
last show, but I got to read her again. Sasha during the lip sync in that thirsty, nasty ass wig and that bad pony that was a different color.
Peanut butter,
and it
peanut
was
butter,
all
peanut butter,
clipped.
peanut butter, peanut.
Oh God, it was so bad. It was just cheap, and you saw the bobby pins. It was just bad.
Oh my God.
And I will finally give it to linebacker horse teeth. That wig was finally big enough to distract from her mouth.
All right, there you go.
Linebacker in a dress. Sasha Bell, I'm going to her website right now. Do we have a phone number? I'm going to call her. Do we have a phone number for her? Let's see. Do we have a
I
contact?
don't know.
Contact
While you're
information?
looking that up,
And the front pit crew boys were all big and beefy, but the ones in the back were adorable. Okay,
Oh, I didn't
They were
notice them.
Thin and adorable. I'm currently watching it on mute. You should go back and watch it. The back row is so much better than the front. I love Miles Davis Moody. Do not get me wrong. Miles Davis Moody is my favorite. I've seen his dick. He's great, and he has a.
Oh, you have? Where'd you see it?
A girl sent it to you.
Oh, okay. So let's get to the runway because we're coming about an hour here. The runway, because there's so many contestants and this lip sync challenge.
Hey, I
took
just
so
want
long.
to say this right now, Joe Betance.
Yeah.
This is not another one of your stupid podcasts. You don't even look at the fucking talk. We're done when we're done, and we go until we're done. Don't tell me,
there's a
we're
certain
going
amount
up
that's gonna
on
be
this.
edited,
Are we going
okay?
up on that? It's like, no, we're going until we go.
Well, am I rushing anything with the lip sync?
No, but I
haven't
felt
rushed
like
anything.
there was a really decent Alyssa Edwards imitation right there. It was like, because it made no sense, and it was said with emphasis. We going until we go.
So now, what was the runway's theme?
Travel eleganza, or no, international or jet set eleganza.
Jet set eleganza.
Jet set.
So it was supposed to be them on elegant flying a plane.
Correct.
Like them
Yeah,
in
but here's
first
my
class.
Not to go back to logo, but unless it's RuPaul's Drag Race, has no content. They have zero content. Why can't the show, because they obviously took a big chunk of time with the lip sync, go an extra 10 minutes and let us see the looks? I mean, they brushed through those looks so fast. It was like if you turned around for a second, you missed 4 girls, right? Give us an extra hour 10.
That's rough.
Give us an extra 10 minutes so we can at least see the looks.
Girl,
Yes.
Daniel pointed this shit out, and you need to pay attention to it. The cable doesn't matter. It's all about getting them to go to the website.
Yeah.
Getting them to go. That's where they're making money.
Yep.
That's where World of Warcraft is making World of Warcraft. That's where World
That
of
is
Wonder
where-
is making their money.
That is what, because let me tell you that linebacker in a dress, she is a tank, man. She will go out there, she will tank,
Yes.
and she's out
She'll
there.
distract them.
Whatever.
I have bought individual episodes on iTunes, and I will say it's significantly better.
Oh yeah,
It's so good.
here's the thing. And I'm going to make an admission to you guys now. I am unwilling to pay the $9.99 extra for the next step of digital tier package to get logo, because the only thing I watch on it is RuPaul's Drag Race. So it's just cheaper for me to pay $1.99 to get the Amazon Prime episode the next day, which is in HD, which is much better than what I would get on my SD $9.99 package. And starting next week, I don't know if you guys have done this or not. Since I am recently single, I was checking around, and it turns out there are RuPaul Drag Race viewing parties at many of the gay bars here. So next Monday, I'm going to go and watch it at the gay bar. I'm going to go park my little butt at the gay bar and watch it with a whole group of gay men watching and see what that experience is like.
I would love to go to that, but it's on a Monday night.
Oh.
So,
I record a little podcast.
girl, you should
Right.
just quit.
At the exact moment it's on. But, let's go, the runway looks. Do you have any thoughts on those, Donna?
So we start with Trixie, and she's in that weird, like, Jetsons with a plane on her head looking like...
It was a space shuttle on her head, and I loved it.
It was a stewardess from the future, but that's where I was like, is she supposed to be a stewardess? Is she supposed to be, like, a passenger?
I loved it. She was like the poster child from the Virgin space, space shot of the future, whatever. Like, here, fly Virgin Airways. And she's got a little space shuttle up on her head. I totally got it. I totally get what she was going for there, which was that like the whole like space flight attendant Barbie kind of look that she was going for there. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Max. I will give it to Max. I mean, Max is obviously stunning in a very classic, but it's still a very glamorous way, and comes out with this hat box. Is looking all gorgeous. Who else do we have? Pearl. I hate the wig that she was in, and her tits were just too much. They were. I don't know how they were painted on. Those things were just creepy to me. I was not a huge fan of Miss Fames with like in that weird cocoa colored and just kind of throwing it on. Okay, the old queen. This is such a read. Oh my god. Okay, thank God she doesn't podcast anymore. The old queen, when she comes out, I thought it looked just like what's his name from Foul Monkeys in drag.
What's his name? Waylon or Bradley?
Waylon. I had to double take because I was like, "Whoa, is that? Wait a minute, hold on. I've got it. I'm gonna screenshot it because it was. Mm-hmm. I had him. Yeah, Miss Fame. I don't know. I wasn't loving her looks, red wigs. But what did you guys think? Like, was there anything that stood out for you that you loved? Because I know you obviously loved.
I did. I love Trixie Mattel's look. Trixie. I love the one with the leopard skin and the leopard skin matching suitcase. Who had that? The leopard skin suitcase and suit. I like that look a lot.
That was Vicky.
Was that Vicky?
I believe so.
Okay. I love that look. I loved, and there was one more that I liked, and I don't have them lined up in front of me right now. I can tell you this right now. The look that I absolutely hated was that whatever the fuck toga dress that Ginger Minge was wearing, because it was just like,
here we go.
I hated that one. It was just like, that was completely just like, what the hell are you doing? I also did not care for Miss Linebacker in the dress, Jasmine Masters. I didn't care for her look at all either. I'm
really bad at judging these things. I just look at them all. I'm like, oh. Even though I did love Pearl's look. But that's because I love Pearl. She's my Trixie Mattel.
Right
Pearl
now,
can do no wrong.
You two both love your people, and that is kind of swaying your choices.
I disagree. I think
I love Max. So I have my moments with Max.
Here's
I hate Sasha. I read Sasha to film.
Oh, but Sasha was horrible.
All right, but here's the distinction. And this is an important distinction to recognize. I like Trixie Mattel because of her performance on the stage. Not because she's a cute boy.
This is embarrassing.
Joe Betance likes no, because you know what? If I was going for the cute boy, I would be going for Tchotchke or for Max, because I find them both really attractive, much more attractive than Trixie as a boy. I like
because we said young Bryan Singer.
I like Trixie's character. I really do. I love the Jetsons look. I love that futuristic look. And one of the things that I hated the most about this episode, not this episode, but on the Untucked after this, was when Ginger Minge tried to like read her and tried to read Trixie like, well, this makes much more sense in first class than, let's say, something like Trixie's wearing. And then Trixie like explains to her what her costume is, and she's like, well, yeah, I knew that, but I was just making a point. It's like, girl, you didn't know that. You're a stupid bully is what you are. You're just a stupid bully. Go away. Be gone. Be gone.
Daniel, I feel like you're really talking to somebody else, but I'm not going to say. Anyway, the point is this, is... I'm giving Trixie a little bit of a pass, because I feel like you could hear it. She was slurring her words. She was a little tipsy.
Kind of like I am now.
Yes. Like, you could hear she's like, I'm going to tell you, you're wearing that stewardess outfit. Like, I was like, oh, this bitch is 3 sheets to the wind. So that's why she kind of gets a pass. I'm not a big fan of Ginger Minge, but that dress was kind of bad, and it wasn't jet set or whatever. But I think she deserved the win, and I think she was. I think she's trying to make good television.
All right, here's the other thing that really bothers me about Ginger Minge, and you guys just objectively, let's think about this. We saw her twice on the runway last week in episode 1. We saw her in the fall and the spring look. Both of them were just forgettable and horrible. We saw her on the runway last week with her nude thing, which was she wore the same nude outfit that everyone else wore. We saw her on the runway this week wearing a tacky ass dress when everyone else was doing. My fear is, and we say this they say this on Project Runway all the time, is her taste level. I don't think she has the taste level. It's like I'm concerned that for the rest of the time that she is on this show, we're just going to see shitty outfit after shitty outfit after shitty outfit. It's basically like these are just busted ass dresses that you've thrown on that just are not working.
Here's the problem. They're busted, but they're safe. I think that she is going to ride the safe train, as long as she can. I bet you she has a couple of kicking outfits. Like, I have to imagine she has 1 or 2 great outfits. I guarantee she has a lot of shit, and she's going to coast on safe until she gets to the end, and then suddenly it's like, bam, great outfit. I don't know. I get that impression from her.
I agree with Donna.
All right.
Because and where we saw it happen was with the Tyra that won season 2. She coasted her way through it, and then suddenly at the end, bam, white gown. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
And then she took it.
There, Daniel. There you go.
I'm just saying that is my fear. I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just saying that is my fear, is that she's just going to bring us busted ass look after busted ass look week after week.
So we had some bores. I mean, obviously Candy Ho. This was Coach. This was not. Girl, you're back in steerage. This is not eleganza. I mean, this is a summer dress, a big summer hat, and your dark ass eyes. Mm-hmm. Girl, too much eyeliner. Girl. So, come on, a wicker hat. It's too much. So, all this aside, we get to the bottom 2, and they go to lip sync.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to say that this is one of the best lip syncs I think I've seen in a long time.
Now, keep in mind that they are lip syncing an Olivia Newton-John song in front of Olivia Newton-John,
who, by the way, is watching them like, fuck yeah, I nailed this song. I nailed this.
Her Botox riddled face showed no emotion whatsoever. She's just like
she's like biting her lower lip, and she's like, "Are you guys hearing this? This whoever, I don't know who this singer is, but she's good."
But obviously, well, and what's funny is you hate her, but who won episode 2? Person that you hated the most.
Oh yeah, Ginger Minj. Ginger Minj was the winner.
You get to the bottom 2. You've got Katya and you've got Sasha Bell singing, and the song was Twist of Fate by Olivia Newton-John. I will tell you right now, Katya pulled it the fuck out. The jump split, I'm like, okay, you lost me. You lost me a little bit with the jump split. But that slow motion split, when she was still feeling herself and giving a face performance,
that was
like,
cool.
Oh, you got me back. You got me back.
No, do you know the exact moment?
I agree with Donna on that one.
I'm going to tell you right now, the exact moment that Katia won it was when it was in the voiceover afterward, which I pounded my vagina into the stage until it shook. It was just like, that is the greatest line that I've heard.
Let's be honest. Katia won it when she was up against Sasha Bell.
Well,
before the song even started.
Actually, Katia won it when she brushed her wig earlier in the evening before she even showed up on stage.
Because you saw Sasha Bell. I think Sasha Bell was starting to do her performance, and when she realized that Katya was just going to pull it out and she was going to give you floor, she was going to give you everything. It's like Sasha then suddenly started lying on the ground and trying to do ground performance. And I'm like, girl, what the? You don't know what you're doing. You really don't. It's like, frankly, if she had tripped and decided to do the rest of the lip sync like as a mermaid routine, I would have at least respected her, because it's like, okay, bitch, you're in heels, you can't get back up. But she was like up and down and up and down. It was just bad.
One of the things that they didn't point this out in the show, and they didn't make a big deal about it in the show, but did you see that Sasha's boob popped out?
Yes. She was like, the entire time she was like sitting there, and like for at least a good 20 seconds of screen time, she had her boob tangled up in her hair, beneath her, and then like suddenly it was gone. Suddenly it was gone and back.
Yeah,
and,
they let her fix it, but like they should have shown her fixing it.
That's never happened to me.
So again, we're now down to 14 girls before the elimination, and I got to ask you again. What do we think of the judges? I know Ross Matthews wasn't there this week, so we really can only kind of like see what is our feeling exactly on Carson Kressley at this point.
I'm liking him so far. At least he has more quips than Santino, but it makes it more competitive for the other judges to talk.
Okay.
I was distracted by how hideous his suit was.
It was pretty bad.
That powder blue, it was just so ugly.
It just it reminded me why I hated Queer Eye for the Straight Guy at that moment. It was just like, oh, that's right. That's why I hated that shit.
I did like Kai though. I wanted to have sex with him.
Right. Well, I was sitting there going, Kai wasn't on this show, but I'm like, oh, that's right. No, the reason here, I'm sorry, this is a total aside. The point that the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy jumped the shark was by making some skinny bitch their food expert. It's like, there are so many fat queens out there that actually know something about food. Why did you give us this guy that like gave us a recipe for a martini that basically was half gin, half vermouth? Nobody fucking drinks half gin, half vermouth. What the fuck? Who are you? Go away.
No, girl, but at least he was more useful than Jay.
That's true.
They would be like, oh, and then Jay's going to teach you how to like go to a concert.
Masturbate. Jay's going to teach you how to masturbate. It'll be fun.
Jay's
All right.
Jay's going to teach you how to open a door. Because they tend to be like, I'm going to teach you how to cook this meal. And you know, Kai would like cut his hair.
Every time you guys talk about it, I just keep going to South Park like, crab people.
It's so horrible. It's so horrible. Because all Kai would say is like, oh, you better start from the back. Start from the back. You better put it in the back. Put it in the back. Put it in the back. He's like, girl, you just like a big old, you're a big old bottom. Because remember, every time he wanted people to like put product in their hair, you always had to start from the back. It's like,
the thing that frustrated me, it was when the person would shave in a different direction.
Yes.
They would
always
act like
shave
the person.
the same way. I always shave against the grain because that's how you fucking get the hairs to shave off. Every time they go ape shit.
They would act like the person was like
Always
cutting
with
his
the
own
grain.
throat.
All right,
They'd be like,
fine.
we
We have devolved into nothingness. You know what? By the way, this we have now found a home. We are RuPaul's Drag Race Recap or pride48.com/RDRR. Or if you want to send us an email, you can send us an email at rdrr@pride48.com. No, we're not a bunch of pirates. It's rdrr@pride48.com.
At the end of the show?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just giving them that. I'm trying to pull us back from the whole Queer Eye from the Straight Guy thing. Now, Joe Betance, wrap up the show. Or Donna Suggarz.
The lip sync ended, and Sasha Bell went home. So pack up your wigs, put them in your plastic bags. I'm sure there's some Ziploc bags, and she.
What we're trying to say is next week, Donna Suggarz will not have Sasha Bell to pick on.
Any predictions for next week, Daniel Brewer?
My prediction next week is it's going to be one of these middle of the pack people. I think, Worlds of Wonder doesn't pull their punches as far as like editing goes. I think any of the big characters that we see edited now as big characters, let's talk about Ginger Minge or Pearl or Tchotchke or Trixie Mattel. Any of these people that get a lot of airtime at this point in time, even Linebacker in a Dress is getting a lot of airtime at this point. I don't think we're going to lose any of those because I think they're trying to build those up as like, here's the people that you know, as contrasted, like, let's say Kennedy, which I haven't heard word one from Kennedy. Like what, you see her on stage, you see her like show up in a voiceover and you're like, wait, who's she? Who's she? I don't even know who she is anymore. It's like,
I think Kennedy is gone. There's no way she's going to make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Frankly, Jaden Dior Fierce is not going to make it. It's just a matter of time before they just.
Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Yeah, I think a lot of these.
Candy Ho.
Yep.
I'm saying Candy Ho goes next.
Oh yeah, we didn't even see Candy. We didn't even hear a word out of Candy Ho this week. Kennedy Davenport gone. Candy Ho gone. I think Max is in danger.
Before we eat it, because we really should have done this last show. Let's go each of us top three, final three.
Oh really? Top three.
Give us the top three.
Joe Betance, final three.
Give us your top three.
My top three, wow. I think it's going to be Ginger Minge, believe it or not. I think it's going to be, I'm not saying she deserves it, but just the way they're building her up. I mean, Ginger Minge, Violet Beauregard, or whatever her name is.
Who? Wait, Violet Beauregard? I don't even know who that is. Violet Tchotchke.
Violet Tchotchke. And Ginger Minge, Violet Tchotchke, and Trixie Mattel.
All right, I think the top three at this point in time are Trixie Mattel. Not at this point. This is who I think will be the top three. Trixie Mattel, Violet Tchotchke, and Pearl. I think those are our top three.
Oh, no. Pearl's gone. Like, she's going to be down to the final six, but then she's gone. She's too boring.
Something's gonna happen.
This is your choice. This is your top three. And that's why I'm throwing out. I'm gonna say Trixie Mattel. I'm gonna say Max, and I'm gonna say Ginger Minge. As much as I fucking hate Ginger.
I think Ginger Minge is the Ben de la Creme. I think he's going to be gone fourth or fifth at best. I mean, I hopefully six, but I think fourth or fifth at best.
Unfortunately, I think that Max is going to be one of those people that's going to disappear, and then I'm going to be really sad about it.
Yeah,
but I really hope.
Yeah, I think Max is like the detox, right? Max is going to be gone early, but we will remember him.
Does Ginger Minge have a Patreon that she's pushing?
Probably. I think you can go to her website and shop on Amazon right there from her website.
I did not. I am not even going there. He is going to kill you both.
All right. Fine. If you would like to contact us, rdrr@pride48.com. That is where we want to go. By the way, if you want to see, Ginger Minge doesn't even have a fucking web page because that's how much of a Luddite she is. You can see her Facebook
I bet she has
page.
a MySpace.
Yeah, you can see her Facebook page. Or you can see her Instagram, which is @GingerMinge.
That's great. All right. Well, why don't I just take us out of the show? Donna Suggarz, thank you very much for joining us. Daniel Brewer, thank you much. And I guess we'll see you guys next week on the main stage. I don't know what this closeout will be. Here at RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Thanks.
Sashay away.
Yeah.
Until next week.